Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Snatch Chat, where I'm here to help you lose fat but not your mind. I'm Tiffany, certified personal trainer, nutrition specialist, and your body snatcher. And today we are going to talk about winter and fall. Okay, so tis the season. Okay, tis the season. This is when, pretty much all fitness goals and strategy and motivation go straight to hell, for lack of a better word. We're just kind of past the whole summer body thing, and we know it's about to get cold. Holidays are coming, so this is when people, pretty much just say, I'm going to just stop and I'll pick it up on New Year's. So, we're going to talk today about some things you can do to help yourself mentally for that and to minimize the damage that can be done. Okay, so I'm going to get into all of that, but before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do post every week and also get your free workout. So I put together a kit. You'll get some workouts as well as some nutrition and some mindset and mental habit stuff as well. Okay, so definitely sign up for that. It's in the description. Okay, so and per usual, this is a chat, so I do have my notes in front of me. I'm going to go through them as fast as possible. It just really keeps me on target because I like to run off at the mouth and do little sidebars. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. Okay, so tip number one, okay, is going to be revolved around workouts. And what I'm going to say to that is you should come up with a cardio and workout home plan. Okay, so a lot of times what happens is people are very dedicated to their gym or any other thing that they love, running outside, things that really kind of are inspired by good weather. And although the gym is inside, a lot of times you have to get to the gym, and to get there, you have to go out in the weather. So, the workouts at home should be something that you should always have as a backup plan. Okay. And I think a lot of times people will not have an actual plan. What they will do is they will say, I'm just going to find some random workouts, when in reality, it really takes structure and strategy for fat loss. So I really do recommend that you sit down, think about your past behavior, how you usually react to yourself in the winter when it comes to working out, and to come up with a plan for yourself and a backup plan. Okay, so figure out what you're going to do if you don't make your workouts. Have a certain program or something very reliable that and you've done your research on, that is going to get you what you need, that is comparable to what you're already doing. And I am saying this just for workouts because it really is the energy and the calorie burn part, right? As far as, and that's for strength training. Cardio is a whole nother beast. And this is where I think a lot of it comes into play, is that we just don't burn as many calories in the winter because, when we're out and about in the summer, hanging out with friends, or going to the park, playing with our kids, wherever, going to baseball games, all these things naturally burn calories. Okay, people don't really think about how many calories they're burning in everyday life. So when you get rid of all those activities, and I actually did a YouTube on this a couple months ago for quarantine, how people very much, they don't understand how many calories they were burning just living life. When you start, sitting on the couch and not doing anything, you minimize your calorie burn a lot. So I really do recommend that you come up with a solid cardio plan. One of my favorite ones is just good old fashioned indoor music based cardio. Put on a few songs. I've said this in several videos as well. Put on a few songs, do some jogging in place, some walking, some dancing, whatever you need to do, or set a timer, get up every hour, do some movement or something. But it's really hard to make up for a run with these kinds of things, but if you do it right, you can. So I would really recommend that you find a way to have a plan, okay? Not just workouts that you can do, or, find things online at the spur of the moment, but a plan. okay, to get your stuff done. Okay, so that is, and that's always, okay. This is a semi sidebar. I say this often. Planning is always going to be your best friend when it comes to fitness. Okay, you have to plan things. If you plan and schedule things and write them down and put them in your calendar, you are way less likely not to do them because they are there and you will be held accountable for it. Okay, so that is point number one. Number two, on the nutrition side, okay, so clearly, okay, the holidays starting in October pretty much all the way through New Year's is when the food gets a little out of control. Okay, so Halloween pretty much signifies the beginning of the downhill spiral for food. We're starting with candy. And I do know, in the midst of, we're just kind of coming out of the whole coronavirus thing and quarantine, so we're getting a little bit back to normal. I don't know, as of this point, it's only September, so I don't know what Halloween is going to entail this year, but it is usually the start of it. And of course, we will be hanging out with family. So my main goal or my main suggestion is for you to have just focus on one thing, okay, that you are going to fix. Okay, so some really good ones is water, portion control. It really should be centered around something that you find to be your culprit of bad behavior when it comes to food. But I would say for most people, doing some kind of portion control is a really, really, really great start. Okay, so a couple things you can do is to really be mindful of how many plates you're going into holiday seasons for. One of my biggest holiday recommendations is you go in with a plan. You fix one big plate of food, get everything you want on the first plate for holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Just get one plate with everything you love, okay? And try your best to limit yourself to that and then get a dessert. But a lot of it is just mental preparing, okay? So on the nutrition side, it really is just like with the workouts to really sit down, think about how you usually behave. What do you usually do? Okay, every holiday season. How do you act? Do you get little plate here, a little plate there, a little plate here, a little plate there? That's what most people do. We just keep going back for more and more and more and more. And by the time you just have no idea how many calories you've had by then. You don't even know the portions, let alone how many calories. So that is always a good plan. It's just to have a set limit for what you can do. Alcohol, another one. That's a huge one for this season. The more you're inside, the more likely you are to drink. The more holidays, the more parties, the more likely you are to drink. So always go in with a drinking limit. Okay, so that is a suggestion on the nutrition side. And then the last one, okay, is a little bit more of a getting other people involved. And this is, of course, going to be the hardest thing because a lot of times we really, really, really want to be our best selves, right? We embark on a journey and we say we want to do new things and we want to be healthy. But then it's really hard, right, when someone's living with you who's not on board, or you have family members who just don't really take health seriously, or you go out to eat with friends and they make fun of you for getting the salad or whatever, right? Other people are a factor. So one thing, and this is actually inspired by a client, because I had to talk to her about this. She was saying her family just is not on board, and they are just really not, getting it. And I told her she's just gonna have to have the talk. Okay, so in the end, this is your journey. Okay, so you cannot blame other people, okay, if you don't succeed, because it is your journey and you can't push your goals, your ideas, your way of wanting to live life on other people. They have to want it. So you can't force them. But what you can do is make it very clear to them what you are going to do. Okay? So sometimes it takes having a talk. So if you have family members that are resistant, you can say, look, I understand that everyone has a right to do whatever they want, okay? But going forward, I will not be eating so and so, or I will be limiting so and so. I'm really taking this health and my fitness very seriously, so I will not be partaking in, having really lit Friday nights. I'm not gonna, I have a 2 drink maximum limit, or whatever you need to do. So in special situations where you're going to be around the person often and they are what you consider a barrier, you're just going to have the talk with them, okay? And you will be surprised how this affects the actual path, because the thing is, these people do love you, right? So if you're taking the time to talk to them, they do love you and they do care. They probably just don't think you're as serious as you really are, because you've never actually told them that you're not playing games. Okay, so once you have the conversation, it leaves no error, no room for error, and they have to understand what you want. And so once that's out the way, a lot of times what you'll find is things are a lot easier because you have already said it, and it also helps that you said it yourself. So when you say things, you're reinforcing it to yourself as well. And the fact that you stood up for yourself and you told people exactly what you want, it really will affect your journey in a very, very positive way. Okay, so that is number 3. Okay, so those are the 3. Just to recap really quickly, on the workout side, you want to have an indoor plan. Okay, if you're in one of those lucky places where it's just hot and nice all the time, good for you. You can go for jogs all the time, or you can become a winter runner like I am. I actually trained myself to be a winter runner for a change, and I hate the cold. But last winter, I said I'm going to train myself for it. All kinds of noises going on in this video today. I forgot my AC going. I just heard a bang in the back. I don't know what that was. I don't even know if y'all heard it or not, but all kinds of stuff going on. But anyway, yeah, so you can do stuff in the winter, but just know that cold weather is a barrier. So always have backup strength training program and a backup cardio program. Okay? So little, what is it when you just promote your own stuff? I do have a program if you want to look at that, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying I do have a body snatch program. Okay. But you should have one for winter for sure. Okay. And then number 2, nutrition. Figure out one action goal. Okay, if it's for holidays, go with the plates. If it's drinking more water, just find one thing to really perfect and do well. Okay, and then go into holidays with a different mindset, and that will take you very far. Between that and the working out, you'll be fine. And then third is to have a really serious conversation with family, friends, whoever you need to, that needs to hear the message that you're not playing any games, okay, and that you mean business, okay, and you are going to reach your goals. Okay, so those are the 3 things, and the actionable step is for you to actually take some time now, okay? And even if you happen to be watching this when it's not, winter or whatever, you can do this anytime. All these things are relevant all the time because there's always barriers throughout the year, but definitely come up with all of these things, okay? And you can even, wait on the talk, but definitely come up with the backup cardio and strength training home plan, and come up with a nutrition goal that you can set for yourself that you can start right away. Okay, so those are the 3 things. That is the actionable step. Hopefully you found it a little, well, not a little, you found it very helpful. So other than that, like I said, get your workouts, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Until next time, take care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit, and I will see you next time.